Hi everyone. Today we have Kethmar from Estonia. And first of all, you can check my interview on his channel because we are doing this kind of double interview. With him, we'll talk about his YouTube channel. The name is Developer Habits. I like that title and I want to talk about that in this episode. But before that, I want to talk about his journey to development, what he is doing now. He's a full stack developer. So how are you, Kethmar?
Hey, Francesco, and hi to all the listeners. I'm really good. We just finished the other interview and I'm feeling like super pumped.
Perfect. So now I can be so mean to you because you can't reply more. It's just been really great. You are a great host. I can say I'll try to be at your level, Kethmar. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's start from the beginning because I have a lot of questions for you. And also we are both two non-native speakers trying to do something useful on YouTube. So we are kind of similar. I like that, but let's start with your journey to development. What are you currently doing now? And then we'll see. Thank you.
Regarding my journey, I'm gonna try to be brief about it because I actually a fact that I really like is that I created my first website in 2001. I think I was 10 years old. It was like a really simple website using Microsoft front page, and that's actually when I got introduced to web development. But I wasn't that interested in the coding part, but it was the visual part of it. And so I started learning more about graphic design and how to use Photoshop and so on. And basically since that, I've been like doing web designs, and coding to me was always like a tool that I can use to bring my designs to life. But at some point I saw that, okay, when I was about 14 years old, then one of my classmates was like, hey, Kethmar, can you make me a website, my own personal website? I was like, yeah, I can do it. It was like Disney themed. But that kind of changed my mindset because I saw that, okay, I know how to use Photoshop. I know how to write CSS and HTML. Maybe I can make some money with it. And so I started freelancing for bigger companies, but I still saw myself as a designer. I applied to different universities in England to become a graphic designer or web designer. But for personal reasons, I still stayed in Estonia. So I went to study business information technology, which kind of like connects business and technological worlds. And that's where I got my like formal education for coding. And that's actually where I saw that, okay, maybe I actually enjoy this coding part also. I was still freelancing, but I joined a small agency as a designer. And that was when I saw that I spent so much time with the developers asking from them, oh, how are you going to solve this problem? Have you tried that? And so on. I was like, okay, maybe I like coding more than designing. And so eventually I was like, okay, I'm going to become a developer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and even now I've been working as a professional developer for 5 years now, but I still love design, and I still believe that developers, especially front-end developers, should gain some kind of basic understanding of UI and UX.
I can say that the most successful people that I've interviewed on my channel, they did something different, and at the end they also added coding to that. So because coding is really like a side skill that you can have, but if you have other marketing skill, graphic skill, I really like your journey. This can really be useful for you also in the future. So
yeah, I totally agree, because for example, when you look at some startup schools or successful startups, then usually what those startup accelerators are looking at is that one of the founders is with technical backgrounds, and the main reason for that is because those coding skills or technical skills are the tool you can use in order to build your products. But if you only have coding skills, then it can be really easy to kind of be in this technical bubble, I would say.
yeah.
So, and here I would also like urge all the listeners to try out freelancing or consultation just to get the skill of, communicating to the clients, trying to help them from the business perspective, and kind of connect your coding skills to the business skills.
Perfect. I like that, and I'll try to use that in my upcoming freelancing job, which was basically my previous job, because before doing that for full-time job for 3 years. Currently, what you are doing now, and then I'd like to also come into the content creation part. So, for example, what are you doing now, and how this is connected with your content creation? So, YouTube or something else?
So when actually during my last year in the university, I joined this like one of the most prestigious startups in Estonia called Pipedrive, and I worked there for about 4 years. And I left that company like 5 months ago. I actually have a video on the topic. But,
I'll watch that.
Yeah, and here I must say, like, it's I believe it's really important to share those kind of experiences also, to kind of show that there are so many different aspects you need to analyze when quitting a job. But yeah, I quit my job in Pipedrive and joined another startup called Sentinel, which deals with detecting deepfakes. And so now I'm there doing, well, my professional title is senior full stack product engineer, but basically I'm just doing back end, front end, and even like user testing and UX and UI design, because it's like really small company.
Well, good luck with that. But it's good. Yeah, I think it's good to have also different experiences, work with big teams, also trying to do a lot of stuff alone. So we need a lot of different experience to get better, basically. And now one of my favorite parts, which is content creation. So what about content creation? I see that you have started your YouTube channel on the 13th of January 2020. So I think that when you started your YouTube channel, you started posting videos like normal people does. I started my YouTube channel in YouTube 2010, and I've not posted a video for 10 years. So this is basically how I work. So in your case, instead, how has been your YouTube channel journey and also content creation in general? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I started creating videos in the beginning of last year, but I had been posting some like blog posts in dev.to before that. And to be honest, there are two reasons why I did that. Firstly, I like 2 years ago, I had taken on a really big freelancing project, and I wasn't able to finish it because, well, I made some technical mistakes, but also from the product development side, me and the client, we had really different ways of doing things. And I was like, okay, Kethmar, you've been freelancing for almost 10 years and you still did some of those silly mistakes. I was like, okay, it's time to write those things down, and it's time to share those lessons with others. And that's actually how I started my blogging journey. And nice. I got really good positive feedback, and people said that this is exactly what we need to see, that it's not just all success, there are also failures. And
I like that. I see that people, they really love failures. So maybe this is why they like me, because I got so many failures, and I like to share them. For example, I failed my first JavaScript exam, for example. I can say this.
And it's totally normal.
Yeah, it's important. It's important to make it, maybe to feel them, make them feel maybe a little bit better in a bad day, and maybe for ourselves, so we can let it go. Maybe that one, and we can laugh about that.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, in the end, why I also started doing YouTube is just to, firstly, to learn or improve my communication skills in English, and secondly. Yeah, exactly. And we spoke about it in the other interview also, too, because I may sound selfish, but one of the reasons why I'm doing this community thing is to learn myself, to improve myself. And the byproduct of it is to also help others. And I see it that the more I put out content, the more I analyze my experiences and learn more, the more I can also help others. So it's like a really strong connection there.
Yeah, it's a strong connection. It's a circle. I totally agree with you, because I always say that if we do something that it's useful for ourselves, it's better, because if you just create free content after a while, after some weeks and just some months, we don't like that. After a while, you get tired, of course. Instead, if, for example, I've done this kind of long series interviews to improve my English by talking. It could sound strange, but if you practice English 4 hours per day, you get a little bit better at English. So this is the one great secret. Yeah.
By the way, your English is great. I mean, we are here talking. We don't feel stressed or anything, and we are able to communicate our ideas.
Thank you so much. I still don't like that, but I feel an improvement because when I watch one of my older videos, I want to delete them. So I think that this is a sign of improvement of my English.
Yeah, I guess it's like with coding. When you go back to your old code and you're like, who wrote that? Oh, it's me.
We are kind of similar. So can we talk about, for example, the struggling with being a non-native speaker accent? Because this has been maybe my biggest problem in creating videos. So maybe now I like to laugh about that also with you. But before that, it was really a stress. So I tried to recording like 100 times to say maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So what about you? What has been your experience as a non-native speaker? We can really talk, without filters here.
Yeah, it's like the English, communicating in English to me has been a really, I would say, hard topic because I went to high school. The high school that I went to is called Tallinn English College, and it's like one of those. It was seen or still seen as those elite schools, and somehow I was accepted there. But all my classmates had like a perfect English, like some of them even didn't have an Estonian or Russian accent, and there I was like really strong Russian accent. I don't even know why Russian accent, but anyways, my English compared to my classmates was really, really bad. So I felt like, okay, I need to improve it. So I just kind of started learning. I was consuming only English channels on newspapers and so on. And later I even did 1 year in Spain as an Erasmus student, where I spent lots of time with English-speaking people.
Nice.
And that's basically, and now I also worked in an international company for 4 years where I mostly communicated in English. In the end, it was just practice. But even then, starting this YouTube channel was still hard because it's a totally different kind of communicating. Because when we talk now, it's we're communicating and it's like two people talking. But when you are shooting a video, then it's like, you have to be perfect. If you're not, then you record it again. So it's still really hard.
But I understand you perfectly. Yeah, we are talking about, I think, for 2 hours. We are talking now. I understood everything you said. So what can we say to some non-native speaker who would like to start a YouTube channel? Because this is one of the things that I like really to help them, are the people that I try to answer to them, even if I have a lot of messages, but I always try to help them. So maybe you are the perfect guest to help me in this mission. So what can we say to them to get started the YouTube channel? Maybe they have the idea, they have a camera, they bought an expensive microphone, or maybe not, but they really are stuck, are freezed in front of a camera. They don't like, they see that they have make a mistake. So help me, Kethmar, please.
Oh, that's a really interesting question. But I believe, firstly, the most important part is just to do something. Even if you do it for privately, just record something. From practical tips, I would say that if you do not feel comfortable, then just write a script. And I still write scripts, and sometimes I even use like the screen to kind of read all the text into the camera, because when there are topics that are more harder for me to, talk from my head, then I just use the screen and read off the text. So scripting definitely. And in the end, I just want to say that it will be hard, especially in the beginning. But when you go back, let's say half a year later, you go back to your videos and you're like, okay, I have improved a lot. I still have a long way to go, but I have improved.
Thank you so much, Kethmar. I also can add that maybe start with something small. So don't do, I don't know, a 1 hour crash course if you have never published a video. So start small, some really seconds, because it's more about get used to that. Maybe you will get a compliment about your accent, like I did. So I was super happy about that. And then another time you do, I don't know, 1 minute, 2 minutes video, and then you keep going. Now I am at 7 minutes. I can do something like that, for example. But so what I'd like to improve. So yeah, it's there is a huge difference, because from don't publish nothing at all and just, I don't know, a video when you just explain things. Also, maybe we have a little bit advantage, because by being a developer, you can show your screen, you can read your script, you can read, and then you can add the audio part. Traversy Media still does the videos like that. They are perfect. So you don't need to show yourself.
Yeah, this is a great tip also, that you don't actually have to show yourself.
For example, I had not the problem to show myself on camera, but it was more about my English.
If you want to produce content on the level that, let's say, some other famous native speakers are doing, then we maybe have to put in a bit more extra effort to get it, like, language wise, to get it perfect. Yeah. But I strongly believe that maybe we don't even have to be perfect. It's okay if we make those grammar mistakes, and it's okay if we, don't have perfect English. But in the end, it's the content or the idea of your content that matters.
I think it's more about ourselves. Maybe we have. Usually, also the people that I've interviewed, we have, we consider ourselves maybe lower than what we are. So we tend to consider that we are bad. That instead, from the outside, sometimes you get very good feedbacks. So this could also be useful. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because in the end, like, I dare to say that we are part of this community, and I don't feel that I am worse because I'm not a native speaker, for example. The technological, especially in web development, the community is so friendly and so open, and you get like really constructive, but positively constructive feedback all the time.
Yeah, but also I think that also some bad constructive feedbacks are great. Maybe they are also better because they can also help you to improve. Maybe if I see one of my friends that maybe they do a mistake from my point of view, maybe I'll send them a direct message. But for example, if you want to just comment something that you don't like on my videos, there's nothing wrong with that. Until it's just a constructive feedback about something that you don't like. Kethmar, what about your last video? I can't remember the exact title. Which one was that? Your last video on YouTube?
I think it was about me leaving my first years as a developer. Yeah, my first 4 years as a developer and in a dream company, and why did I leave that company?
Oh, this is a topic also that is interesting for me because I just quit my job. So can you talk about that video?
Yeah, I left the company about 5 months ago, but I had always wanted to kind of reanalyze my whole journey in that company because it was my first professional job, and I went through many phases, if you can say that. And basically the video is about, my journey of how I joined. When I joined, I had been freelancing many projects, and I was like super confident, like, okay, I'm gonna just deliver stuff. But when I joined, I remember I basically went from, in my own head, I went from a senior developer back to a junior developer because I saw there are so many things I didn't know. And I just go through different stages, different successes, failures, what I learned throughout those 4 years, and eventually why I decided to leave the company. And the main reason for that was because I was feeling comfortable And although there were many challenges to lead bigger projects or to take on more responsibility, I still felt that I know people around me, I know the product, I know my environment. So that's the main reason why I decided to leave.
Yeah, but I think that our life should be long. There are just periods time. Maybe and it's also it's good also sometimes to change tactic. Yeah, I am as a former volleyball coach. If something is not working for you, you should change tactic, try something different, and then you'll see. So I like this. I like this. Yeah.
I really like those parallels from the sport world.
Yeah, but this sounds so natural to me that if something's not working, you should not. Yeah. They say that I needed it sometime. It was just try the same thing. Trying to have these different results. So it's important. Yeah, it's important to change tactic even in our world. And I think that also, for example, now we both are without a full-time job, but I'm not excluding that in the future, that maybe you will have, I don't know, some very good offer or from a company that you really need, or you need more stability. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. If you work honestly, you have my respect anyway. In any way you want to work, of course.
Yeah, a small correction though. I now have I still have a full-time job, but I'm just try to also freelance.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I've seen that you have changed a lot of times. You have left. Now you are working. Yeah. But as I said, sorry for that. But as I said, it's just phases. We change. Sometimes it's a bit scary to quit a job, but and you are the living proof that now you are working from a different part. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe. So
yeah.
It's good. Sometimes it's a really great improvement.
Yeah, and it's also like if you are a developer and you already have some experience, then at least it seems to me there are no bad decisions, because even if you go to another company, you still get a good salary, and like you basically cannot fail. And in that, I believe it makes making those decisions even harder, because there are no bad decisions. You just have to choose something.
Yeah, and I think that there is still work and jobs for developers. Maybe there are less developers than the actually job offer. So this is good also be an advantage that we can use. We can be free, find something that we really like. Sometimes it's important also, to switch, change something, use something different, because so we understand different things. So good luck with everything. Just one last question, final message. I really like the title of your YouTube channel, which is Developer Habits. So maybe you have worked a lot of that. So what can you say about good habits for developers?
Again, a small self-promotion, but I also have like a video about that, like 7 habits a successful developer should strive for. But I believe that the most important habit for developers from the technological side is constant learning. To choose some kind of technologies that you want to know really well, and keep yourself in the loop. Subscribe to newsletters, try to write pet projects and learn those really deep concepts. In my case, it's mostly React.js at the moment, but whatever tech stack you choose, try to become an expert in one of them. And the second habit, I would say, connected to the first one, is learn the fundamentals. Because if you learn the fundamentals, it's so much easier to jump to other topics. For example, programming languages. They're all the same, just different syntax, and maybe they work a bit differently, but in the end, they're just programming languages.
Yeah. One of my favorite quotes are "fundamentals are fundamental."
Yeah. Oh my God, that's a really good one. I like that.
Yeah.
But I also want to bring out that as developers, we we are kind of using our knowledge as a tool to solve problems. So it's important not to think about the solution, but the problem. Destruct the problem and see what are the possible solutions, and do not get stuck with your own idea. Try to keep an open mind, kind of.
Perfect. Thank you, Kethmar. And please, if you are interested into this topic, as I am, subscribe to his YouTube channel. I've seen it also. You are active on Twitter also, so we can put also that link. And so, yeah, thank you, Kethmar. Do you have some special plan for this 2021, even if you are almost at the mid of the year? So do you have some plans for this 2021 or not?
Yeah, regarding YouTube, I just want to do more interviews and learn from other people, and also put out the content that will help other developers. And
yeah, I would have offered volunteer, but you already interviewed me, so it's too late to be an interview. Maybe if you would have started with this, I could have said that. But yeah, great. So perfect timing for me also. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and to you, Francesco, like, keep up the awesome work that you're doing. I mean, those, for example, interviews you've done and the content you put in the Twitter, it's amazing.
Thank you so much, Kethmar. Yeah. Also, yeah, people call me and other people like motivators, but we also are human beings. We need maybe sometimes, maybe some people, some good feedbacks like this. You really made my day with all your kind words. Thank you so much. So this will be a great weekend for me. Yeah, thank you so much, Kethmar. I really liked this double interview. I need a name for this, but yeah. Thank you so much, Kethmar. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Have a great weekend. Yeah. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.